you say? What you say? I wanna know, I wanna know. So what you say? What you say? Or can we go? Or can we go? Well, I am up on the big drop.
So, which one of you guys that live locally was the first to start playing in Maker?
Tom, I would say.
Got a couple of years on you, haven't I?
I would say, yeah.
Yeah.
My first memory of being at Maker was at one of the festivals. It would have been quite a long time before, but yeah, Hillside Heroes, which was, what were we then, like 15, 16? So that's 12 years ago. So yeah, similar.
You were how old were you then?
What, 11 or 12 years ago? You're going to make me do basic maths.
From an early age, just being able to play on a stage, albeit
Yeah.
only a foot off the floor.
Well, it's
makes
like the
all
stage over
difference,
there.
the stage in the head,
The stage over there's grown now as kind of the sessions have grown and everything else. But it used to be like half the size, and even that I remember being really, really daunted. Like, oh, I've got to get up on that stage. It's like up one step. Like, oh, I don't know about that.
Still smaller than all the adults watching you.
Yeah, you come across so many people that haven't had that experience, that haven't had that to grow up with and get used to, that find themselves put on a stage and they get out there and they just freeze. And it's that, it's just like a riser on the floor with a bit of plywood on it. It is what it is, but at the same time, it's still in your head. It's a stage, and it's dealing with that kind of like psychologically is really important at a young age if you're going to go on to be a performer. And I think that's what we really had a lot of growing up. It was really nice.
I agree. And coming to Plymouth maybe 16 years ago, and then getting involved in the music scene and playing in different bands, then coming up here, it was always like absolutely mind blowing that this small little rural area, which was quite close to Plymouth, had such a vibrant scene with so many good musicians and so many good bands coming out of it. And you'd be thinking, God, like, why, I'm playing Plymouth and all this stuff, these amazing bands are happening, but these guys are, outdoing us, and they're just from this little village, like across the river, right?
It's something in the water.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's Maker. It's in the water. It runs off the hill.
Yeah. I used to, when I used to come over with Lemanis and then Circus of Sound, and we used to always feel like this place was, had this really good creative energy, because you just start writing some really good songs and like some really good jams, and it would just always like sort of escalate into something which was always really, really fun, always like really, you get really enthusiastic about what you're doing, right?
Yeah, totally. But it wasn't just fun for the musicians, and that was like the nicest part. It was fun for like the girlfriends and the partners and all their friends and all our friends, and everybody else would come along, and as a musician you feel like it was a real special gig or a real special event, but everyone else would also feel that as well, and that was one of the nicest things about it, I think, was well, it still is, it's a community that's built up around it in the last however many 20 years.
That's why right now, like, we're all in a band which gets to travel around the whole country and do loads of really cool things, and then we come back and you still feel like it's a homecoming when you come here, and like people there really supporting you, and they've been there right from the very beginning.
But if you bring it back, actually, me and Ted met at Music Club up here, playing together. Me and you met with Hillside Heroes and Circus Sound playing up here, gigging together, and now we're all in a band together. It's that community, those kind of connections that are built, and it's music venues up and down the country. That's where lasting connections and friendships are built. It's not, that's where it happens. And it's like under threat potentially of being taken away, and everyone's suddenly just realising what they've got and what potentially could be lost very soon. And it's really powerful. It's pretty crazy, really.
First came here to play with the Giants within it was the Maker Festival. It was like our first or second year as a band. Went back when we were still rubbish.
Was that
with Phil?
Oh, with Phil.
We came as a forward piece.
Maker Festival.
1 year Maker Festival,
in the bunkers.
And we played on the main stage at 4 o'clock. We were like opened the main stage on a Friday afternoon. There was only about 20 people in front of us, maybe less. But I remember being so excited to be on the main stage of a festival, and I met a couple of people there that day that I'm still good friends with now, and then we sort of built it from there. And then within a couple of years we came back, probably 2 or 3 years, we came back and played again and again, and then we ended up headlining 1 year, and it just showed the progress we made, and it's when we really started to sort of cement our sound and the vibe that we had on stage. I think it really came together in this place. And then we've since gone from that to playing all over the world and playing every festival in Britain. And it all really started here. But it's just like, it's the kind of place where things like that happen, special things happen. It's inspiring. Sure. It's an inspiring place. We've played it since a few times in the fields and
we've done a couple of
parties and played at the venue here. We're playing here tonight. It's regular for us, and it's like we depend on it.
We look forward to it as well. Yeah, I know that I'm biased in saying that, but I can tell with all of us that that everyone's just super psyched for this gig. It's going to be it's going to be hot.
Be alright, yeah.
Be alright, yeah. That's the attitude. Yeah, it's going to be fine.
To Lulu's wedding here. Did you go to Lulu's wedding?
Yeah.
Was in the woods.
Yeah.
And it was a rainy day. It was a real misty day, and we were just walking through. Everyone was just walking through the woods. Kids, old people. And then we all stood there, and there was about 50 people, and she came walking through in a bright white dress on a really miserable day. And it was the most potent thing, I think one of the most potent things I've ever seen, just because she was just so bright, and the space looked so perfect. It was so like warts and all. And it's a very magical place where you can do things like that. I mean, it's great. It's a really powerful place.
The subject of weddings as well, it's like, I can't even think about how many weddings I've been to up on here, like out on the parade ground, which is now obviously owned by property developers, and there has not been a wedding since. For me, I'll just jump in and go first. If Maker didn't exist, I wouldn't still be living here. It's that simple. I would have moved away. I probably wouldn't have even moved back when Peter Leaves asked me to help with the festival. If that festival didn't exist, that was the only reason I came back to continue living here. And I was 22. So that's 5-6 years ago, and I've done so much since then, and I'm really proud of all of those things that I've managed to achieve. And it's been through Maker, like joining the band, now working for DMS, who I just mentioned. All of these things that I'm doing, has all happened because of Maker, and I couldn't wish myself to be in a better place than I am right now.
We've had some of our best times as a band at this place, and it's brought us together, and it's there's so much time on the road, but you can be yourself, and you can be amongst your friends, and this is a really important place for us, and it's helped us grow, it's helped us bond, it's helped us grow, and you see it's so important for the community up here as well to have something like this. It's just ridiculous that we wouldn't have it anymore. Don't know what everyone's going to be doing if this goes.
Well, that's it. It's just
what are they going to do?
Just nothing. But everyone will just start to move out, and the whole thing will just dissipate back to.
I do feel sorry for the young guys growing up.
Well, the younger generations coming through and not having it.
Because if Maker wasn't here when I was growing up, I wouldn't be still driving.
Well, to think of this area without Maker, where my kids will grow up with being like, I heard that used to be something really awesome, but now it's a load of private houses or a hotel with a swimming pool or something just obscene that is just unnecessary.
Here we go!
last forever. Some dreams will crash your mind. I know the people around